Hey, Minis coaches, this is the instructional for Frisbee for day one, Frisbee day one. Um, once you've got everything set, you've got your kids around you, just say, come on, Minis, one or two or whatever your number is, bring it in. They should all be around you. Um, I usually start by introducing myself, and then I say that I have usually three goals. One is that they move, one is that they have fun, one is that they learn. Um, and I usually like to say, like, are you okay with these goals? Awesome, great. Before we get into it, we're going to do a quick round of names. And so I usually say, my name is Pete, and my favorite flavor of ice cream is strawberry. And so go around the group and try to get everyone to give their name. It might feel painfully slow with some of the kids, and that's okay. But we want to give them a place where they can feel like they can actually speak. So if you feel like someone's a little shy, try to give them, an extra couple of seconds. Sometimes it will be like 20 seconds to give them that opportunity to speak, and they might surprise you by the end of the year if you do that. So names and a favorite flavor of ice cream or a piece of candy, whatever. Once you've done that, you've gone around the circle, then you can get into a drill that we call lines. You should have lots of cones, so set them up in colors. So I think all of you minis groups have four colors, 10 cones of four colors. So set them up yellow, red, blue, green, however you like. It doesn't actually really matter what order it is. And basically what you're going to do is with the disc in their hand, they're going to move from cone to cone. So you can say how much basically they're running, if they're running from the outsides to the insides or whatever. Um, and you say, we're going to go, so line them up on one side. We're going to drive our cars to the red cone. And they do that. We're going to bounce like bunnies. So they bounce, bounce, bounce. With the cone on our head, we're going to do this. Or the disc on our head, we're going to do this. And then basically, the goal is to get them to move their bodies and warm up. So yeah, I like driving a car, bunny hopping, disc through the legs. So you're like kind of weaving around one leg or on the other leg, figure eights. You can have them doing circles around their stomachs, high kicks, scoops, anything you want really, just to get them moving and stuff. It's surprisingly great how much they like this drill. And at some point, after a few minutes of doing this, I usually like to say, let's challenge the coach. So I usually put someone on the spot and say, this person's the fastest one here, or this coach is the fastest one I've ever seen. And so you have to challenge the kids to a race. Um, it's just a really good way to get their bodies moving. We do it pretty much every time as a warm up, and I think it's great and fun. So that's names, that's lines. Then we're going to go to a backhand instructional, and so really key here because I've done this the wrong way and we've had kids hit each other in the head a lot. Line them up all on one of those lines of cones, and make sure they're elementary school, can't touch anybody beside them. And then we use a specific set of cues when we're teaching backhands. If you have better ones that you like for that group, then feel free to try them out. But the ones that I've used a lot are driving your car, flattening it out, winding it up, and throwing. And there will be probably the biggest variety will be on the throwing part. Some kids may try to throw two hands, but if they get this movement down, then they'll be really able to fine tune that last portion of it. You can give kids individual feedback. Try to emphasize the spin a bit. Um, I will walk them through drive your car, flatten it out, wind it up, and then I'll say don't throw. And I go again. Drive your car, flatten it out, wind it up, don't throw. Drive your car, flatten it out, wind it up, and then you let them throw. So the first time you should definitely do it 3 times in a row so they get kind of the mechanics. So 3 times no throwing, then you let them throw, then maybe 2 times no throwing, then you let them throw, then maybe 1 time no throwing, and then you let them throw. So one coach should probably be doing all of the description, and the other coaches can go around and help kids when they're having issues. Um, After you've done that a few times, like probably 4 or 5 throws, then might give them a target. So put them on one line of cones and have them throw to the blues, the closest one, then the middle one, then the farthest one, just to make it a little bit more challenging and interesting. And then what I like to do is have each of the 3 coaches spread out on one of those lines of cones. So you kind of group like 5 kids, 5 kids, 5 kids, each throwing to a different coach. And you have a little challenge amongst that group where they're trying to the coach catch as many as they can at the cone that they're on. So I would do that, and when we're doing that, it's like everyone does the mechanics, everyone drives their car, everyone flattens it out, everyone winds it up, and everyone throws, and then we all go get our disc, and then we all come back to that line. You don't want to have kids throwing and running at the same time. It just doesn't work out very well. That's where people get hit in the head, which results in someone crying, which results in you taking them off to the side of the parents. So it means that you're not able to do all the coaching that you want to do. So drive your car, flatten it out, wind it up, throw, work through the progression, and make sure that all the kids throw together and then chase their discs together and then come back together. So that's names, lines, backhands, and then we're going to do just a basic catching sequence. So spread the kids out, and then what you're going to go through is just tossing. They're going to toss themselves and work on catching. So the basic catches we're going to go are the clap catch, right on top, clap catch, left on top, double claw up, double claw down, and then depending on your group, you can try one-handed catching. So I like to cycle through the first time actually pretty quick. I'll literally have them holding this and going like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you turn it over, left hand on top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you can say that sometimes the disc is up high and we need to catch it like this, which is called double claws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you can tap them back and forth on the last ones to work on one-handed catching. After that, then I would have them start running around a bit. So just say, hey, we're going to move around in this box. When I say 5 clap catches, they're going to stop and do 5 clap catches, and then they're going to keep moving. And what actually might be fun is if you had one coach who's like kind of like an it, moving around that little space that you've got, maybe set it up like a box. Then they're trying to move and avoid the coach coming near them, trying to block it. I think that's probably a pretty great progression there just for that set. The goal is just having a ton of catches. We're not going to toss to our partners yet. The 4-year-olds, the youngest group, some of them haven't been to school yet. So there'll be a lot of herding kittens, but you'll be okay. There should be lots of people out there. And then the last drill we're going to do is often one of the athletes' favorites, and that's throw and go deep. And that's literally kids in a line here beside you. The first one in line flips you the disc, then you tell them to run, and they run, probably only 20 yards or so, but then you throw it out in front of them and they get to go run and chase it down, and it is honestly one of the best things. Kids always ask to do this drill. They love it so much. I think it's one of the most amazing parts of Frisbee, and so we're giving them that hook right away. Given where you're at, most of you should be able to have kind of groups of 5, so it should be pretty manageable. Kids, there shouldn't be like long lines. We want to keep them moving a lot. If for some reason you've got like 2 coaches and 8 or 10 kids, sometimes what I'll do is I'll actually get 2 of them to flip me discs in a row and send them both out. So Ava, I'll say Ava, yep, and then I'll say Abigail, whoever the next one is. They both throw me their discs, they both go, and then I'll throw Ava, Abigail, and throw them deep. And so that's a way you can kind of speed up the pace of things. But I don't think we'll need to do that, but just keep that in your back pocket. So that is all the drills, just to remind you of them. We'll go over names, do that circle where everyone gets to say their name. Then we'll do lines. Then we're going to work on backhands. Then we'll do some catching reps, and then throw and go deep. You should be able to get that done in about 30 minutes. And then we will transition to the other sports, which I'll list out here.